Good morning, everyone. This is Ida with Created to Create. I'm done with my swap. As you all know, there was a lady that didn't make the swap, and she was asking people if they would swap with her. So I decided that I would give her a chance. She was a new swapper, and she didn't have any videos or anything like that, but I believe she does now. Anyway, I agreed to swap with her. That way she could get a feel for what is, what you need to do for a swap. And once you do it, you start to get more familiar with it, especially being a first-time swapper or a beginner crafter. And that's the reason why I'm doing this series on beginner crafters and swappers. That way you kind of know what is expected when you join a swap. And and the do's and don'ts of different glues, just whatever tips that I could give a beginner crafter, tips that I wish somebody would have given me, because I made those same mistakes. And anyway, this is what I created, and I'm going to move everything out of the way, and I'm going to show you one by one what I created, and more or less showing you how I prepare for a swap. Even though the minimum that is required is not that much, I always try to do a little extra, to kind of put a smile on somebody's face, because, really, I already have the materials. It's only going to cost me a little bit more time to do it. It's not going to cost me any more money to do it because I already bought the materials to do it. It's just going to take me a little bit more time. And to send somebody something when they're expecting the bare minimum and then you surprise them with extra, I think that's an amazing thing to do for people. So I'm going to move all of this out of the way and share with you one by one. And some of it you've already seen, because I shared it with you already. And we'll start out with the tag first. And guys, for those of you who watch my tutorial on the how I make my dangles, I did put that on private because when I viewed it, I was, there was a comment that, they couldn't see everything because I was out of frame, and it is that way, and I'm sorry, but like I said, when I'm working, and especially when it's small things, I pull it towards me so I can see what I'm doing. And I will try to do another one because Abby's in the swap as well, and she's got to make a dangle. So hopefully I'll be able to demonstrate in a little bit better of how to make a dangle and hopefully stay in frame. Anyway, that being said, let's get on with, I want to show you what I created, and for my swap partner, and I think her name is, I want to say Deborah. I might be wrong, but I'll have to look, guys. I'm not even sure, but I'm going to do the reveal on her swap as soon as I get everything packed away, because I want to add some extra goodies. And sometimes we don't know what the person does, or if they have different cutting machines, or if they don't, and it's kind of hard to do goodies in that way. But I know there are some things that we always can use, and those are adhesives. And that's what I'm going to do to mine. When I come back and do the reveal on what she created, I will show you my package, all packaged up. That way beginner swappers get an idea of how to package up your swaps where they look, really nice. You don't want to send a swap that is not wrapped in some type of bag or paper or anything like that. You always want your swaps to look nice. And if something shifts a little bit, it doesn't fall out of your wherever you have it, because it's all wrapped up in tissue or in a bag. Anyway, I love bags personally. I love the clear bags. Here's my tag that I shared with y'all, and I haven't done anything different with it. The only thing I'm going to do, and I didn't do, is to add the little, I bought some little rhinestones, flat back rhinestones in blacks and grays, and this right here are the ones I'm using, and I'm going to add the little eyes with these. And I did pick these up at Michael's, and they only had one, and there's 116 pieces in here, so I picked up the one that they had. I would have loved to have gotten like just a whole package of just these right here, but they didn't have them. this is what they had, so this is what I picked up. And here you guys remember the tag that I made. And then the only thing I added different is I added a sentiment in the back in the silver foil, and it says, "You're my cup of tea." And that's the only thing I did different. So there's my tag. The requirement was a tag. There's a tag. The next thing was a bow. So I'm going to show you my bows. This is what I'm talking about, guys. When you join a swap, even though the requirement is one bow, it's nice when you add extra ones because, like I said, it didn't cost you any more because you already had the materials. It was just a little bit more time. That's it. And you do want to, I always try to go above and beyond, and I always try to lead by example. So here are my bows that I created, and this is the bride's bow, and here's just the regular way you put it together, and then I added the extra purple one on top. And I didn't do one just the regular way you put it together. I did add extra loops on there. And then there's a little flower that I added to the center with bling. Here's a different bow right here that I added with the flower. And this die came with a little flower. So I made that one. And then I did this one here with the bride's bow again. And then I added the darker purple. And then I added the printed paper, the Prima Lavender collection, and then the little flower. And what I did was, and I didn't make one in white, but I tried to keep with the same 4 colors I was using, which was this purple, of course the Prima Lavender paper, the lavender paper, and the white. In this instance, I didn't add a white bow, but it's still, everything works well. So here's the example, guys. Instead of doing the one bow, it's nice when you add a little extra. So that's what I did. And then the other thing we had to create was bag toppers. And I'm going to share with you my bag toppers. Now, again, here's the same thing I'm telling you about adding those little extras. I added, this one doesn't have anything on it. And the reason I left it this way, if I was only sending the 2 bag toppers, I would have decorated this one. This one I left it just with the printed paper. That way it gives the recipient a chance to play with this and embellish this. But here are my other ones. I didn't just do the 2 that were required. I did 4 bag toppers. And here are my little teacups that I did with the little tea bag that says "Just for You," the lavender ribbon right there for a bow. And then I had done the bears, guys, and I cut it out in lavender colored paper. I cut it out in the Prima Lavender collection printed paper, and I cut them out in white. And because I cut it out in those 3 colors, I was able to switch out the dresses and the headbands and just different things to make 3 different sets of embellishments. So here's one of the bears right here, and I used it to embellish, and I didn't add any sentiment or anything, just a little bear up here. And he is on with a repositional glue dot, or actually it's a permanent one, but it's a very small one. And then I added some glue to the feet, to one of the feet right here. So if the glue dot came off, it still wouldn't come off because it's glued with glue on the foot. And then here's those little flat backs that I used for the eyes. And see, I mixed this one up with the printed paper and the lavender paper. And look at how pretty. And then right here, these bottom ones, I did cut them out in white. And then the inset, I did with the printed paper. And then I added some silver foil right here to the edge of the cup. That little piece is in the die collection, in the die set that I bought. And I added the little lavender trim. So that's where I brought in my lavender. And then there's my little tag that says "Just for You." So again, I did 4 bag toppers instead of 2 because, quite truthfully, bag toppers, I put 2 pieces of paper in my die and ran them through, and it cut both of these. And then these I did do individually. And I'm sure I probably could have put 2 and cut it and it would have been fine. But I decided to do it individually because of, I don't know, I just did. I was going to say because of the score marks, but no, these have score marks too, and it didn't cut all the way through. But these I did individually. And then I did put the cup. Let me see if I can share that. That's on Dimension. The little cup has a little piece of chipboard. I don't know if you could see it, but it does have a little piece of chipboard underneath because I didn't want a big space in between, but a little bit. You know, I want it to be a little bit up above the white. So this is my bag toppers that I created. And again, like I said, I didn't just do the 2 that were required. I did several. And on top of that, hold on, let me find my package over here. I think it's over here somewhere. Yes. I took it, I already had everything packaged up and I took it out so you guys could see. And because my requirements were bag toppers, of course, I'm including the bags that go with the bag toppers. I'm not just going to send the bag toppers and not the bags that fit perfectly with those bag toppers. So that's one of the things, guys, that you know, when you're doing a swap, those are one of the extras that you want to send. And really, I don't even consider it an extra. When I do a bag topper, I feel like I should provide the bag for it. So those are my bag toppers, and I'm going to move those out of the way. And then we had to do 3 embellishments. Remember I told you that I cut the bears in 3 different colors of papers. Well, there's the printed bear with the Prima lavender paper. And then she's got the lavender dress with the lavender little headband on top. And then this one is the lavender with the white little dress on. And the other one has the printed one on. And I was able, like I said, to make 3 sets. So here's my other one. Again, I used those flat backs for the eyes. And look at how pretty they look. And here's the white little ribbon with the silver edging, because silver was my accent color. So there's 2 of my embellishments. And I'm just going to move these a little bit to the side so you can continue to see them. I did 2 of those. And then I did 2 of these. Let me move this. I made these little envelopes, and to me, like, this is my signature, guys, the envelopes, because every time I'm in a swap and I make embellishments, I always make envelopes because I just love them. And again, I'd cut the silver doily. There's my accent color. There's my printed paper. On both of these, I did print it. And there's my lavender rose. Oh, seriously? Sorry, guys. And I did my lavender rose right there. And then I put this little sentiment in here that says, "A cup of tea warms like a good friend." And look at how pretty it is. And then here's those little cups that I used on the tag. The package, these are from 7 Gypsies, and the package came with 3 of them. So I was able to use 1 on the tag and then the 2 right here. And even though they have different colors on them, like this has blue in it, and it's got this like a vintagey look to it, it still matches because of the paper, you know. And let me move the tag over here, the tag one. See, they all coordinate. They're not all exactly the same, the cups, but they all coordinate, guys. And I think that they look beautiful. So right here alone, here are 4 embellishments that I made. Instead of making just the minimum, the 2, I went ahead and made 4. Because, like I said, it's always good when you do the extra and bless somebody with a little extra, because these embellishments really don't take a long time. Not even the bear took a long time. Although I do round the bear and give it shape and all that, it doesn't take me a long time, guys. It seriously doesn't. And it's just a little bit more time. So these are the 2 that I made. I think I am going to make 1 more embellishment. And if I decide to do that, when I do the reveal, I will share the last embellishment and the goodies. So I'm going to move this out of the way. So here's 4 embellishments. All I had to do was make 3. But I made 4, and I'm considering making 2 more. So instead of 3, I'm probably going to do 6. And everything is packaged, and it's going to be packaged individually in its own little bags. And then here's my charm, guys. Here's how I packaged the charm. And I put the backing in here. And I am using the Prima paper for backing. That way the recipient can make other embellishments with the paper, or can make a card if she wants to. And here it is all put together. And like I said, remember, purple is not a bad color, but it is a hard color to work with, and not because it's purple, but because of the deepness of the color. And the same could be said for red, for black, for a dark blue, a navy blue, an orange, anything that is a dark color. We have to, to make it look pretty or bring out that color, that means we use less. So that's the pop of color right there, and it just brings it out because it's muted by the other things that you are using, but it still stands out. So see, there it is, guys. There's my little dangle, and this I don't consider really a real dainty dangle. It's more like a medium dangle, but it's not a chunky one, but I think it's just the right size, guys. So this is what my dangle looks like, and I'm going to package it in a bag that my friend Sabrina sent me, and I did do a video already. I need to release it because it's still on private, but this, I'll show you the bag. This is the bag, and even though this is the Amelia Rose, and it really doesn't have purple, it still looks pretty close to, they still look pretty good together because the prints are so similar and they both have grays in it. So I'm not going to waste this. I'm going to because we had to put it in some type of envelope or shaped envelope, whatever you wanted to do, shape bag, whatever. And I'm using this bag because Sabrina did an excellent job in making it sturdy, and I hope that the recipient will kind of, just look at this and kind of examine it a little bit and give her an idea of how, to make something sturdy where, it's not gonna fall apart. And whenever somebody reveals it, especially when it's a host that hosts a lot of swaps, and she's got a lot of people that join the swaps. So obviously, if a lot of people join, a lot of people are going to watch. And you do want to put your best foot forward. So anyway, this is what my swap looks like. I hope that my partner likes them, likes what I created for her. And again, I think I am going to add maybe some butterflies or something. But this is what I created. And like I said, I hope that she likes what I created. I definitely did enjoy creating because I do enjoy crafting, guys. I have a passion for crafting, and I do it. I don't craft every day, but I craft several times a week. Thanks for watching, you guys. I hope everyone has a great day, and God bless. Bye.